How do we know when our MSD intervention has reached scale? That's the topic for today. Hello, welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, I'm asking a question that I've pondered all throughout my career in development, and some of the questions that I know professionals are asking. And the question is around scale. How do we know? How can we tell when our intervention has reached scale? Is it some arbitrary number that of beneficiaries that's adopted the innovation or the new behavior that we call scale? Or is it a proportion of the population that we seek to change their behavior that changes their behavior that we consider scale? Or is it an extent to which the innovation or the new behavior becomes the norm in the market systems that we're intervening in? That then suggests that there's a tipping point at which our innovation becomes, or that at least that we can define our intervention as scale. So now the question then becomes, how do we determine that proportion, the proportion of the market that's adopted the innovation? How do we determine what proportion we can define as scale? And implicitly means that we have to have a clear, well-defined, and detailed baseline study that shows the market size and the size of the population that we're trying to change their behavior. And we have to have very specific indicators that speaks to the change in behavior so we can do the measurement in terms of the proportion. And how do we then determine the proportion? Who says what is scale? Is it at 60% of the population? Is it at 40%, 70%, 80%? These are the questions that I think we as MSD professionals really ought to pay more attention to. And how the definition of scale matters, because it is then we can determine that we have learned the lesson that we have essentially changed the way the market systems operate. I'm sure you have opinion on this. Please leave your comment in the section below. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.